Lions looking to be 4-1. They won the division last year. They've got to get past the Cowboys in Dallas this weekend. My next guest is going to be out there doing his thing. He has rushed, this is insane, for nearly 5,000 yards in his career. He is, in my opinion, a tone setter, a tone-setting running back for these 3-1 Lions, and an Eagle Scout, which we're going to get into. David, I haven't talked to you in a very long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. We got some catching up to do.
We do. I mean, you left my Bears, and now look at you, just thriving.
Yeah, I think everything happens for a reason.
That's true. That's true. And a lot of things influence how we get to where we are and things along the way. You were an Eagle Scout, or you became one back in high school. So you're here to sort of talk about Scouting America. I want to know why this partnership is so important to you.
Oh, yeah, it's very important. I've been blessed with the opportunity to partner with Scouting America. Yeah, scouting for me, like the entirety of my life, I come from a impoverished situation, and being in that element, you always need something that can kind of counter the things that you go through on an everyday basis. And I was fortunate enough to be introduced to scouting at a young age, and I kind of hit it 4-4 zone, and I've enjoyed it, and I've been blessed with the experience ever since. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited for this partnership.
What has being a scout done for you?
Oh, yeah. I like to say that scouting has helped create my foundation, help shape my morals. Just being able to be a scout coming from where I come from, you don't see a lot of kids doing it. You don't see it enough in school. You don't hear about it enough, and it's always like viewed in a negative light. Everyone think like they have this perspective on scouting, but scouting is so much more, and it does so much more for you. Helps build character. It creates like a different kind of responsibility that you got to rely on yourself, but you also got to rely on a group of people that are your age to wield for things to get done properly. So yeah, I think scouting is definitely the foundation of who I am.
And it's a worldwide sort of thing. I know that there's like American Scout. No joke, I was a Polish, I grew up in Chicago, but like Polish community. I was a Polish Explorer Scout. So like until I was 18, I led a troop. I did the whole thing. They would put me in the forest. I would have to use like a compass and maps and stuff to like learn how to build a fire, learn how to tie 8 ropes, get all the badges. Like it was beyond formative for me as a person, truly. And the community and the adversity and all of that. And I know like when Eagle Scout status is no joke. I think it's the highest place you can get. What went into getting that, and what was the hardest part?
Oh man, it took a lot of time. And I wanted to be sure that whatever I decided to do for my Eagle Scout project, it was like right for me. And I wanted like a large amount of people to benefit from what I could do. Like I wanted to feel that I was inspiring change, and I also wanted to feel as if I could give somebody something without them knowing that it was coming from me. I wanted it to just be like authentic. Like I wanted to feel like they could just go to a place and they can do like the simple necessities that they don't get granted every day. And yeah, it was beautiful.
So you did that by what I'm reading here. You hosted post Friday Night Lights sort of drives for like things that people need that they couldn't buy or weren't. There's an unhoused community in Cincinnati that you were like creating things to support them.
Yeah. So my Eagle Scout project consisted of it was out of the Mary Magdalene House, which is a home for homeless people to come and bathe and shower. But what happened was they would run out of a lot of items, toothbrushes, toothpaste, shampoo, like your normal stuff to, kind of keep your hygiene up. So what I did was after every game, I set up kind of a system to where people who were coming to like my football games, like we were winning, and I would have them drop off like smaller like toiletry items. And we got to a point where like we had an overhaul, and my grandmother, she worked at a company that I was able to like take some of the defected like products from there and kind of use those, like the products that were spelled wrong, or like the products that like some of the labels that were falling off that they would just kind of throw away. I'm like, well, we might as well put them to use. So we put all of that together, and we created a system to where like we ensured that those people had the right things in order for them to, if they needed to have a job interview or they need to go somewhere to be like highly presentable, like we can give them that. And yeah, I'm happy that we were able to get that done.
Who on your team would be the worst Eagle Scout?
The worst. I don't think we have anybody on our
who's
team
not cut out for it?
I don't know. I think everybody would be. I mean, because if you looked at from where I came from, you'd think I wouldn't be cut out for it. So I don't think scouting looks a certain way on a certain person. It just has to touch and impact that person in a certain way to where you feel like you can wear that label.
Beascout.org is where you can go for more information to support. It sounds like there's a lot of different ways. Scouting has a lot of different definitions, different communities, but it makes an impact. It's a good thing to look into. And thanks for bringing such great awareness to it. Very, very cool, and you helped a lot of people. You really did. You're very humble, David, as always, but you helped a lot of people. You're also a great freaking football player. You're on pace. Just another 1,000-yard season. Going back to last year, you've scored a rushing touchdown in 7 straight, I believe. Chances, what happens against the Cowboys?
Oh, yeah. I hope the chances are high. If the cards fall that way, they fall that way. But if they don't, I just want to win.
Do you know what happens if you score a touchdown this week?
We get points.
There's that. Correct. Good answer. You pass, David, the legend, Hall of Famer Walter Payton, a guy I know you modeled your game after. What would it mean to pass Sweetness?
Oh, it'd be an honor. I was not aware of that by any means. I just go out and play, so I'm not really too big on the accolades and those kind of things. I just want to go out and play, have fun with the guys, and make this experience one to remember.
But I know your grandpa showed you Walter Payton videos growing up.
Yeah, he sure did. Sure did. It's good to be in great company like that.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Speaking of legends, you just posted on Instagram that you still haven't seen anyone move like LaShawn McCoy, our friend of the show. What is that face?
Yeah, he's elite. He's elite. Yeah, I still have to this day. I've seen anybody move like that. The closest I probably see is probably Jameer, and Jameer's not too far off. He's special, but like how he moves is different. So I'm just happy that I was able to experience it and see it.
I mean, yeah, you're looking at these highlights. I like watching your face. But you mentioned Gibbs. I feel like you guys have that best running back in duo history thing on lock. You're trying to do it. I'm sure you challenge each other. How do you make each other better?
Holding each other accountable. Really, I think that's what it. Like we look at each other like it's a friendly competition. Like we want to be the best running back duo to ever do it, but we also we got high expectations for ourselves. So like Jameer being in his 2nd year and I'm in my 6th year, I know I have a lot of humility in trying to get better, right? Like, you see and you hear like a lot of people from a lot of places, like you get to a certain year, you become a certain age, you're like, well, I know enough. And I feel like I can't learn from anybody, but I look at it like Jameer is special in his own way and the things that he can do very well. Like he can teach me and help me. So I think us being accountable for one another, holding ourselves and each one of us to like a standard that we know that we can live by, and kind of like blocking out the noise and like having the horse blinders on, because we live in a world where everybody wants to make it about competition and everybody wants me and Jameer to be against each other. But that's my little brother. Like I love him to death and I want the best for him and he wants the best for me. So yeah, we see each other in that light.
It's got to have a lot to do with Dan Campbell, huh?
Just
like the mentality you're talking about, holding each other accountable. Like you're seeing what's going on with coaches around the league. How happy are you to have your guy?
Yeah, Coach Campbell, he's a special and a different dude. Yeah, I'm the way that I was raised and the things that I came from and the things that I've experienced, I wouldn't want to be playing for any other coach.
Love that. Excited for Lions fans? I'm looking, you head to Jerry World. They haven't beaten the Lions, the Cowboys, since 2013. I bet you didn't know that either?
Yeah, no, I didn't pay attention too much to that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you pay attention to that. What's important to you? Just really doing your best? Is there a number you look for? Does that 1,000-yard season mean something to you? Like here's what I want to know. When I'm watching you and I'm cheering you on, when it happens, when do I know that you're really excited about that?
When you remove pride and ego from what you think you want for what everybody else needs. Like having that point where you understand that nobody's ever going to remember how many like 1,000-yard seasons you have or how many touchdowns you have. Yeah, it might go down in the history book and it's always breakable, but I look at it like if we can get a Super Bowl,
yeah,
that's something that people going to remember. Like me having 1,000-yard seasons that don't create opportunities for the city of Detroit. But if we win a Super Bowl, when we win a Super Bowl,
when Super Bowl,
when it does like amazing things for the city of Detroit that like it's long overdue for this city. This is a beautiful city, and people don't know how beautiful it is and how beautiful these people are, and they deserve everything. So I think every time I get an opportunity to kind of go out there and showcase myself, I try to remove myself out of it and put it in a way to where like I'm doing it for the city of Detroit.
David, my heart rate is up. I want to go to beascout.org and find out how you became this way. What you're saying is absolutely perfect. I'm so happy for your success. When you win the Super Bowl, I will be rooting for you. And Scouting America, by the way, stands out as a really trusted partner. They teach people life skills to navigate the times right now, to be rooted, to be grounded. To learn more, visit your local troop, beascout.org. Thank you, David.
Of course, thank you.
Always good to see you.